Okay, so I was worried that there was something new that was going to come out that could have influenced the star system, because Juke said that the star system wouldn't get removed from Ring 1 potentially. So I make a community post saying that this video could be delayed, and it depends on when the monthly challenge is released. So guess what happens 20 minutes later after I make that lengthy community post? The f***ing challenge is released.
Bruh.
Story of our lives, isn't it, guys? How's it going, guys? It's me, Logan ISL, and welcome back to yet another Unscripted Rant. Yes, we're probably going to see quite a bit of these as I'm back in school, because I do want to upload twice a week during the school year. So that means there is going to have to be an upload, kind of like this one, where it's kind of low effort, where I'm just going ahead and talking about J-To. But you guys seem to like them anyway, so hopefully you guys will have fun with them. But today we're going to be talking about the star system, because, yeah, they were supposed to be going away yesterday, and, well, that did not happen until today, because they were not going to be removed until the monthly challenge is released, which, by the way, released on September 2nd. Yikes, but that's minor. Good old typical J-To. But now the monthly challenges are out, and I gotta say, the set for this month looks very fun, so might be one of the few times where I actually try to complete the monthly challenges, because they actually seem fun. But I'm getting off track here. We're supposed to be talking about the star system. So, yeah, I made a community post earlier this morning, because from what Juke was saying, it sounded like there was an update coming out that could have impacted the star system decision. So I wanted to wait. And, well, that did not happen. What I did not think did not happen. And the star system was removed from Ring 1, from what I remember when I went there. So the star system is now officially gone. So now with it officially gone, I thought I would actually go ahead and sit down and talk about it, because, well, the decision is official, and some of you guys may not have actually known that this system even existed. You might have noticed stars in the portal, but you might not have fully understand them, and that's completely okay. So it's finally time that we go ahead and sit down and actually, talk about this system. And I'm also going to share why it was implemented and my opinions on it. So without further ado, let's actually begin here. So the story of the star system is actually pretty simple on how it actually came to be. Pretty much what happened was the curator reviews format kind of changed to a point where it was no longer controlled by Oberyn. Oberyn used to single-handedly decide towers and stuff like that. Now it was actually left to the job of the curators. This is when the curation system began, and pretty much what happened was it was a 10-10-10 format, 10 in gameplay, 10 in design, 10 in creativity, and if it got a 21 or above, it passed review and could be selected for going into the game. And with this, I did forget exactly what happened, but I remember people were like, hey, wait a minute, if we go ahead and establish towers, what happens if they get a perfect score in gameplay and such? And this is where people were like, oh, wait a minute, maybe we could go ahead and do something with this. So the star system was born that way, and towers that were not curated review just simply went ahead and got them based off of what people thought. However, that kind of changed. It was not awarded curation reviews anymore, and rather was just given by polls by the community, and then those polls were left private, and the curators chose them for Ring 9, and now they're gone. Star system is removed. So pretty much star system was one of those things that they just added for the whole kick of it because it got released. So what did the star system really do for the game? Well, really not that much. For a player standpoint, it did practically nothing other than cause a conversation every now and then, because people commonly, right, went ahead and disagreed with the star placements on towers, and this actually did cause some fights in J-To discussion quite a few times. Yes, you heard me right, the J-To community arguing over a star on a portal. That's just the way it works, which, oh yeah, I should have mentioned, the stars that towers had were on their portals, but yeah, now you're not going to be able to see them because the star system is gone. But beside the point, basically, yeah, they did nothing for the player. It just kind of gave an idea of the player before they entered what the tower could have been like, and I really feel like that wasn't necessarily a good idea, because say for example, right, I'm about to play Double Trouble, which had a gameplay star. I could easily assume that, oh, the gameplay is going to be good, so I'm going to have very high expectations for the gameplay, and if they don't deliver, it's going to be pretty annoying, right? So in terms of a player standpoint, all the stars really did was kind of give you a very basic expectation of what the tower was going to be like before you entered. However, from a creator standpoint, these stars were actually very important. And the creators, who, when I'm talking about tower builders here, actually really liked this system because it actually gave them a goal. Like, for example, say you're trying to get one of your towers in-game. Maybe you want to go ahead and try to go ahead and get a star as a goal for your review, because you know if you get a star in one of the categories, it has a higher chance of getting in. So say that you decide to go for the creativity star, and then you go ahead and focus on creativity a lot in your tower, which, by the way, is not a good idea. Make sure you put your gameplay as a priority, but that's beside the point. So in the old review system, you just need to get a 10 out of 10 creativity, and boom, you get the star. And that was great, because it means that you have a way higher chance of getting your tower in game. So back then, the star system was actually very important, and actually could have been the difference between your tower getting in and your tower not getting in. But the curation review system changed to the point where it was no longer a point system, but rather a verdict system. And pretty much that's when the star system pretty much went downhill. Because now, the towers were no longer getting stars on review. And I don't know if this is true, but I heard that apparently curators can award stars for towers during review, but I have never seen it done. And if it has, I am sure it's only been once or twice, and it's been a very long time ago. So basically, the star system slowly started to become pretty useless. And because they were no longer awarded on review, it was done by polls, and then obviously we all know that pretty much what happened was Ring 9, they became private, and then they just kind of phased out. So why were they removed? Well, it was fairly simple. On August 28th, we got this message inside of Updates and Teasers, where Juke pretty much says, yeah, the star system's going bye-bye starting September 1st, because the August monthly challenges relied on them. And Juke said, system has little to no use, the stars are a subjective quality ranking, and it causes a problem when a player doesn't agree with it, which is pretty much what I just said. People would commonly fight over things. And then the star guides and stars are just another thing to add to major area releases most of the time, and it adds clutter to ring and zones. So pretty much what Juke is saying there is that, yeah, these stars can easily waste curator resources that could be used on instead, you know, like bug testing and stuff like that. And Juke goes ahead and puts a final joke point. But beside the point, Juke does have some very good points here, and points that I've also already addressed. So now the question that you guys are going to inevitably ask is, do I agree with the star system being removed? And personally, I really do not care. The thing is with the star system is that it was a system that benefited tower creators. But the thing is that when we're talking about the game, the players play the towers and not the, like, not only builders played the towers, you know. So it was really a system that was only useful for, like, the very, very few tower builders who actually had the skills to go ahead and try and get these stars, which is a very small fraction of the player base. So I don't think excuse me, let me rephrase that. I think removing them from the game itself is a good idea. And I think it was a good move, and I'm actually very happy that they did it. Because I cannot tell you how many times I heard people argue about Cruel Punishment's gameplay star, saying that, oh, the tower's so bad because it's just like, it only has like 3 floors that exist that make it very grindy. And it's just like, shut up, like, come on, this is ridiculous. You're not, 99% of you aren't even playing Cruel Punishment. Like, I haven't heard anybody who's actually grinded it actually complain about the gameplay star, because they don't give a shit. Like, come on. But I do think removing the star system entirely was not the best idea. I feel like that the stars should have still been able to be given in curator reviews. And unfortunately, that's obviously not the case anymore. So if I were to change anything with this decision, it would be to go ahead and bring the star system back for curator reviews. And if 2 curators review and agree on a star, that tower can be awarded that star. So at least that the curators are able to understand that, or excuse me, the tower creators are able to go ahead and still have that extra thing to go for. Because, yeah, a tower that may be really good versus a tower that is decent may have a review that seems rather identical, and it can make it pretty hard for the creator to understand if it actually has a chance of getting into a future area or not, right? So I think that there should be at least a way for curators to still award stars to go ahead and guide tower builders, especially newer ones who are starting to enter the building system, which, by the way, there's been a lot of new people that are submitting towers that are actually pretty good lately. So that would be nice to go ahead and actually have some work on a star system that could be awarded on reviews, but not actually be used in-game. But nonetheless, that's pretty much it in terms of my opinions on the star system. It's kind of a shame to see it go for the tower builder aspect, but from the in-game aspect, I am rather happy to see it go so that people will no longer argue about Crow Punishment's star. But we do have some Zone 5 news that I actually do want to reveal. eJob went ahead and revealed the Zone 5 difficulty chart. Yes, here it is. This is the difficulty chart for Zone 5, and this difficulty chart actually has quite a bit of a story in it. So eJob posted this, and everybody freaked out because it was like a Zone 5 image. Like, I mean, rather so. This is rather big, difficulty chart. And eJob thought he leaked something, so he deleted it. So the original message that eJob posted with the difficulty chart is no longer there. And he thought he was going to get in trouble. Fortunately, I talked with him, and he said he didn't get into any trouble, and he said that he was told he shouldn't have done it, but he was alright. So I'm glad that he's alright and he didn't get in trouble or anything. But nonetheless, it's rather funny. But those green marks that are on the image are actually badge progress. Those towers that are green have badges that are completed. And here is a picture, actually, of the badges that are completed so far for Zone 5. So practically, it's the Citadel and the Soul Crushings that are left. And I gotta say, I love these badges. It's a shame that Tohi's badge is apparently a placeholder, because it's my favorite one. Like, come on. Tohi's badge is so funny. I love it. It's absolutely hilarious. So Zone 5 is coming along. eJob is working on the badges. Hopefully bug testing is going rather okay. Just note that the difficulty chart is not completed. Obviously, the difficulty chart is probably going to be unrecognizable by release. Or excuse me, a couple weeks after release, because, you know, community opinion influences the difficulty chart. Hopefully, Zone 5's difficulty chart doesn't pull a Paradise Atoll, if you get what I mean. But anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. For those of you who do not know, I actually have memberships on the channel for a small monthly fee. You can go ahead and join the channel, and you go ahead and get some really cool and special perks. You can go ahead and see the perks by hitting the join button next to the subscribe button, or by clicking the link in the description below if you're on mobile. And one of the perks that you're seeing right now is if you are a member, you get a shout at the end of my videos. There's more perks. You can go ahead and see the memberships for more information. Rather short one today because there ain't much to talk about. But let me know what you think. What do you think removing the star system was a good idea? And, well, do you think that they should at least be back for curator reviews? Without further ado, thank you very much for watching. Have a good rest of your day, everybody. Bye-bye.